All right. We are back at the Grit Won't Quit podcast studio. It's in beautiful Belmont, New Jersey. The traffic is increasing as the days get nicer here. We have two very special guests on. We have Captain Dave on the left, and we have Carrie on the right, and they make up Wind Therapy of the Jersey Coastal Adventures. How are you guys today?
Good.
Doing fantastic.
Did I get that all right with the...
Yeah, it's Wind Therapy Wellness Retreats.
All right, Wind Therapy Wellness Retreats. So tell us what that is and what you guys are doing, because you're the first that I know of that are doing this on a boat.
Yeah, we're the only ones that we know that are doing this, except for if you were on a cruise ship and you paid extra to go to a spa and things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, we bring it all to the Jersey Shore right here, Carrie and myself. So we combine two businesses, and mine is Jersey Coastal Adventures, and Carrie's is
Live Whole Massage.
Liz Whole, right. So what happened, Carrie and I had a little meeting a few years ago, about 5-6 years ago, right before COVID. Mm-hmm. And Carrie had just started with her massage therapy business. And I noticed Carrie advertising online. And I kind of sent her a private message and said, "What do you think about doing this on a sailboat?" And the look that she has now, she probably had at the same time.
So you get a private message. You get a private message from a guy you don't know.
Right, exactly.
On Facebook or Instagram, right?
Instagram.
So on Instagram, you get this guy who writes you this note. You're probably like,
who is this guy?
Meanwhile, you're ready to call the police.
Exactly.
Get a restraining order. But here we are 6 years later, so you didn't. So you get this Instagram message, and you're like, what?
Yeah, forget it.
Take
right?
Take it from there. So then what happens?
Well, side note, I did message Ernesto and said, "Who is this Dave?" No. So we had coffee. We discussed, different options, and it took us a little bit of time. And that's where, come 2020, everybody's coming out of COVID and wanting to have connection, wanting to get out with their friends, but still have safety because, it's still early. And what better way than to be on the water, experiencing yoga, experiencing breath work, meditation, and being pampered. And so a friend of mine was wanting to get out of the school district, and she needed to be outside, and as well as us. We love the water. And I said, "Come on, we're going to go meet Captain Dave." And he took us out on a sail. We brainstormed it, and within 2 weeks, we booked 16 sails that summer. It was amazing. It was fantastic. And so from that point forward, there's been blips in the areas of practitioners and seasons and weather-related stuff. But it's gone from Sip and Sail Wellness to Wind Therapy Wellness Retreats on a 41-foot luxury sailboat. Mm-hmm. It's the best.
And how many people can go on this sailboat comfortably and have this retreat?
Comfortably, we take 6 passengers out, and we go out and we start with a little group get together, get to know each other, and we have these cards. We pull these cards that kind of tell you a little bit about your aura, right? We do that, and then, we generally start, Carrie might start doing the pampering sessions as we're heading down the river, and then we start with, then we do a little seated yoga, some meditation, we have sound bowls, and we combine all of these things out on beautiful Barnegat Bay, under sail. And the nice thing about it, how else could you get more relaxed than being on a sailboat, being pampered, having a massage, doing some breath work, and doing some mindfulness beneficial things. And, Carrie is excellent at it. She's been at her business for quite a while doing the massage therapy, and now she does the sound bowl, she does the yoga. And we do have guest practitioners that do come on because they like being out on the water as much as doing what they do. Absolutely. So this has grown over the past couple of years where, you could find us on YouTube and you could find a video of what we do, how we do it. We have social media for Facebook and Instagram under Wind Therapy Wellness Retreats. And you could also find it on Carrie's site and on my site, Jersey Coastal Adventures. And people, it's so easy to book. You could just go online to our website on Jersey Coastal Adventures, go back to the page with Wind Therapy Wellness Retreats, and we have our calendar. It tells you what our sailing times are, and you could book. You could book 24 hours a day. It's that easy. And if you have any questions, you could always call Carrie or myself, and we're always available to answer.
So what's the sound bowl? Tell me a little more about that.
So crystal sound bowls.
Okay.
It's for, it's frequency and vibration therapy. It helps you get into a relaxed state. Frequency and vibration is, more well-known, more recent times, but the gurus are well beyond familiar with it. And it's the crystal sound bowls. So it's all of the different bowls that resonate with the different chakras throughout the body to help balance the nervous system. Kind of takes you into more of a meditative state, and it's incredible. Most people absolutely love it and come back for more. That's why we have people coming year after year between the yoga and the sound bowls and meditation and pampering. We have people returning from 3-4 years ago.
So was it hard to get people to, it sounds like right after COVID, everybody was interested in doing stuff with their friends, being socially distanced, but still being together. Now, as the years have gone on, what are some of the challenges? So you've told me about all the good things about this and all the relaxation and all the benefits and how easy it is to book online. But I'm sure there's been some struggles and hustles and things to overcome along the way. So you kind of smile. You're smiling as I said it. So I feel like you could unload on this question.
Aren't there always challenges in starting up a small business?
Everybody thinks starting a small business is so easy, and they, customer pays you $100, and they think $100 goes in your pocket. They don't realize fuel, insurance, wear and tear, all these other things that happen. So I understand this, but what have been some of the kind of the challenges and things that you guys have had to overcome in this new venture of joining kind of forces for?
I think the biggest challenge, and this is our biggest challenge, is the weather. Because we're weather related, because we're not going to go out when it's going to be a chance of thunderstorms or lightning, because we're out on the water. So when you're doing something like this, we have to make a decision. If we have an early morning event at 7 a.m., we can't make a decision at 6 a.m. in the morning what we're going to do, because we actually have people that come from Philadelphia, people come from New York, people come from New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, and we have quite a few that will even take a hotel close by so that they could be here because they want the morning experience.
Yep.
Or they'll come and they'll do the evening experience, but they don't want to drive a long distance afterwards.
Sure.
So when it's weather related, we need to make a choice prior to, even like the night before. Are we going to do this tomorrow or not going to do it? Because if we have a thunderstorm, we don't want anybody to be out there, and we don't want to take a risk with anybody's lives, including our own.
Sure.
So, that's the biggest thing. And the other thing is we want people to have the ultimate experience. So if it's going to be extremely windy, if it's going to be rocky, it's not going to give them the ultimate experience. Because in any business, we want people to want to come back, and we have quite a few repeat customers that come back year after year, bring friends, they'll book the entire boat. And we also have couples that come out, and they do it as couples. So we want the ultimate experience. So probably weather is our biggest challenge.
That's the biggest hurdle.
That's the biggest hurdle, is the weather. Yeah.
Hanging out with an umbrella is not going to cut it. Huh?
It's not going to cut it. We did have one sail, though. It was a full day, 5-hour sail. And in the middle of the day, not on radar, was this little rainstorm. And it wasn't terrible. But, it definitely brought a different element of adventure to Wind Therapy. So it was nice. And they still had a blast.
Yeah. So the only thing that we have to really, thunder, lightning, things like that. A passing shower you're going to get any day in the summer.
Yeah.
It's like living in Florida. The weather changes, it could change every 15, 20 minutes. The nice thing, though, about Forked River, where we are based out of, we're in kind of a little weather bubble over there. So it could be raining in Toms River, lightning in Jackson, but where we are could be like absolutely perfect out on the bay. It has its own little ecosystem out of Forked River, which is nice.
Who would have known Forked River controls their own weather?
Right, exactly.
Right?
You know, it has like this little weather bubble over there.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing. But weather is probably, I think, our biggest concern because we want everybody to have the ultimate experience. And as Carrie was saying before, even with the sound bowls, when people are laying flat on the deck and we're doing the sound bowls and it speaks to their chakra in their bodies, you'd be surprised. 10 minutes on the sound bowls and you physically have to wake people up because they are in that much of a deep sleep, a deep trance. And it's amazing to witness this because we could talk about it all we want, but until you actually see that we have to wake people up because, and people have experiences. They are like, I've seen people like, I saw my mother, I saw this, I saw my grandmother, or they have these little experiences because it's that deep that they're into it. It's really an amazing thing. So if you couple that, if we were doing it in a studio like this, is one thing. You're out on the water, you get that gentle rocking of the boat being out there. You put it all together, it's like the ultimate experience someone could have out on the water.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I had just posted something earlier today saying how the benefit, like stepping out of the studio and trying something different, it's so peaceful and calm. When people think of being on the water, their biggest concern is motion sickness, and that's really not an element. I mean, in the years that we've been doing this, we've had 2 people. One person was because they went out drinking too much the night before, went down into a bend and came up green. And another was early pregnancy and didn't realize it was morning sickness. So, you know, there are elements.
You still have a great record.
Yeah,
We have
I
a
mean,
great
people,
record.
I've been doing this for 17 years now, and out of 17 years, if I've had 5 people, and it's generally, as Carrie was saying, it's related to binge drinking the night before or the morning of, and that's about it. But a sailboat has the kindest motion out on the water because we're not riding on top of the water, we're riding through the water. So it's the smoothest ride you're ever going to get out there. It's like people that get motion sickness or I don't go on boats, does not happen. Could it happen? Yes, but it's generally related to, like Carrie was saying, pregnancy or somebody binge drinking, prior. But I've been doing this all these years, and it's everybody has the ultimate experience.
That's
out on
great.
The boat.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
And how are the trips lined up? You guys talked about sunrise, sunset. Is it 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours? Tell us more about that.
Sure. So we have 2.5-hour sunrise on Monday and Tuesday mornings. Nice way to start the day, wake me up. That does not include pampering. And then we have a 3.5-hour sunrise, and that includes everything that we've listed, the gentle seated yoga, meditation, sound bowls, and pampering. And then we have 4-hour sunset, and then a special 4-hour sunset, which is your full moon or new moon, and that includes a special activity that allows you to really set your intention, go through a meditation to release any blocks so that you can call in and receive whatever it is that you're looking to manifest. And then we have a couple extra special sunset, 4-hour sunsets where we're introducing a transformative art therapy with watercolors on the sailboat, and it's going to be incredible, different experience that ties in the whole elements of wind therapy, vitamin C, fresh air, meditation, and just totally relaxation. Everyone is so stressed, and there's no better way than to be at the beach with the wind, fresh air, sunlight, and your friends to, reconnect, release, let go of all the day-to-day stressors that we can't seem to step away from, even our phones. Tuck it away. We'll take the videos for you.
Right.
So it's fantastic.
That's one thing that we always like to stress. People put their phones away when they get on the boat because there's no need to have it.
Yeah.
After you're all done, if we're doing a sunset sail and we're coming back in and we've done with the whole thing, you want to take a couple of pictures, that's fine. But the whole idea is to get away from the phone, get away from all the things that entrap you, and just be in the moment when you're out on one of our trips.
Yeah.
And that's why we call it a wellness retreat, because most people do not know how to let themselves go down to where they really need to be to get some quiet thoughts in. Because when you're out with us, there's no motor running. Once we get out into the bay, the motor is off, the sail is up, and we're just gently gliding through the water. So it's just that you get that little whoosh of the water against the hull, and the seagulls that are maybe flying, and every now and then you'll see fish jumping out of the water. So it's a whole different experience. It's a whole different experience.
I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm...
You need to come
Well,
out
we
and join
need to paint
us.
that picture for you, so
I
then
think
you
you've
need to
done
come
a
out
great
and do
job. I feel so relaxed right now. I feel like
Beautiful.
that's great. I love what you guys are doing. I'm glad that you guys came to explain this. So as we wrap
Thank
up
you.
today, let people know, I know that you said it before, but say it again. Let people know where they can find you on your website, on social, etc. So anybody that wants to take this experience on, because it
Fantastic.
sounds great.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. Well, we're listed as Wind Therapy Wellness Retreats, and we have a Facebook page, Instagram page, and we have Carrie's own website, right?
Right.
And we have Jersey Coastal Adventures, and through the Jersey Coastal Adventures, we have the Wind Therapy Wellness Retreats that are on there. It answers all the questions on our page. Just scroll right down to it. And then you could find how to book, and you could book. And, if you book directly through us, you could save a little bit of money too by not going, onto their, onto our booking site. But feel free, if anybody has any questions, contact us directly, send us a message, and we'll be happy to get right back and answer any questions. So, Carrie, anything else?
I think that's it. You wrapped it up.
So
Really
that
well,
Instagram DM 6 years ago, it turned into something.
It really has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic partnership, and Dave's just a great person, and he's always happy, and he always has something to share on the boat. Sometimes even bringing his guitar on the boat, and so it's fantastic.
That's
I'm
awesome.
grateful.
And who
Yeah.
could resist this smile on this beautiful woman over here as she's doing everything that she does?
love it.
Because not only that, but we have customers that come that she has her personal customers that she's been doing the massage and everything that they've been out. And not only that, but people that have come on the boat, then they'll be booking directly for Carrie, because it's like, this is the best massage I ever had.
Sure.
Now they're going to her studio also,
Right.
so.
It's a
Which is
win-win.
great. It really
great.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for coming on. Have a great
Well, thank you
day.
for having
this,
us.
I hope that people watch this and want to be on that, getting that treatment.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
You bet.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.